Dude thinks 1984 is the greatest year in entertainment history. Yeah. I'm a big fan. Personally, I think it might be 85, but he says it's 84.
84, man. 84, baby.
So tell me why it's 84, dude. I want to hear all about it right after this.
Watch this now.
Two guys talking, saying anything, nothing new to say, talking anyway. Start yammering, can't hear a thing, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew. Stop talking, try listening, try anything, try whistling. There you go again, saying anything, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew.
That's Dude.
That's Dude.
And welcome to Lazy Boys Night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're having something different tonight.
Yeah, we usually do the microbrews, but we've decided to have a bit more of an international flair because, let's face it, more and more of our subscribers come from outside of the Hollywood Hills or even Canada.
Yeah, so you're turning into an international subscriber base, which is awesome. Thank you so much. And with that, we're talking about, you know, the commonly known as the microbrew, but the craft brew as well. And we were always of the proponents that, you know, we want to support local. We want to be, you know, as much as we possibly can, show what they're making and showcase everything in the great taste. But then we realized
there's a big world out there.
Some of you will never get your hands on it. So we decided, you know what? From time to time, we're going international. And today we're going where?
This is the Pilsner Urquell. Not to be confused with Steve Urkel. Did I do that? No, this... Oh my God, I just got a flashback. This is the Pilsner Urquell. It's a Czech beer. I can't make out who it's made from because I cannot read that particular language.
Thank you.
So here's a jumble of words or of letters. But it is a classic Czech Pilsner. And in April, in Prague. In Prague, yes.
They have a Czech festival, right? So if you are in the Czech Republic in April, go check out the festival.
Now, is this like a beer fest?
Yeah.
So it's almost like Oktoberfest, but in April.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
So go check it out. If you actually live there already, let us know. If you're going to go visit, let us know. We want to know. We want to know. All right. Cheers. Let's try this out. That's so freaking crisp, eh?
That is a classic Pilsner.
This is classic.
I mean, there's a reason why they sell this internationally because it's damn good.
Well, it's probably been brewing since like 1645 or something like that.
I don't know.
How long have you been in business there, dude? Thank you. See, that's why we have them, folks. All right.
That's a good Pilsner. That's a good Pilsner.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. So, I made a joke about Urquell earlier, and while that's the wrong decade, it brings up a little little something.
Yeah, because we were having a conversation not too long ago. You, me, Dude, and other people around, and we're talking about like the best decades, and you know, we're talking about the fact that
nostalgia, basically.
Pretty much, and that's what we're part of the show. That's what it is, right? Is just remember the good times and sharing it with you and. The fact that you have something like Stranger Things that's
set in the 80s, huge.
But if you think it's like right in the mid 80s, and they even have an episode where they're wearing the Ghostbusters uniforms, which is Ghostbusters was 1984.
It was.
And then I started thinking about 1984. Like, there's a lot of stuff that went off in 1984. And then I started thinking even more, and I'm going, you know what? That's, as far as I can remember, is the year that I really discovered and developed a massive passion for cinema.
Well, you know what? The mid-'80s, cinema took a turn there. and really distanced himself from old school style filming and started doing a lot more. And I think the golden years of this progression were the mid 80s, 84, 85, 80s, blah, blah, blah. But right now we're focusing on 1984.
40 years ago. So we're going to celebrate the anniversary of 40 years of cinema. But there was so much, folks, that I have actually done something I've never done on the show before.
Oh my God.
I have a cheat sheet. I've never done a cheat sheet before.
How detailed is that? Okay.
There's a lot to go through.
We'll go through them fast though,
But a few fun facts of 1984, which I believe, again, just thinking about it, is probably, if not the best, one of the best years in entertainment. And I'll tell you why. So you got to remember, folks, back in the day, the U.S. president was Ronald Reagan.
Well,
here in Canada, our prime minister was Brian Mulroney. Tetris was introduced, right? So Tetris dropped its first blocks in 1984. God. We actually had a tragedy where Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire.
Oh, shooting the Pepsi commercial.
Shooting the Pepsi commercial. It was all over the place. It was huge. That was 1984.
Wow.
Actually, and another thing, I often refer to films and things like that as my crack cocaine. Well, fun fact, 1984 is when crack cocaine was actually introduced in where?
Hollywood.
In Los Angeles.
And the entertainment industry's never been the same.
Exactly.
There you go.
So, sorry for everybody that went through the crack cocaine pandemic, but it's still going on strong. Keep on going, folks. So, and another fun fact, right, from 1984 that I was not aware of, and when I found that, it made me I was amazed, is that 1984 is the first time that an astronaut did a untethered spacewalk with a jetpack. Folks, think about that.
The cojones on this person, my God.
You're in space.
You're not tethered. If the space pack doesn't work, you're gone. You're just drifting off in space and you're dead.
That moment where you're going, I'm letting it go, man. It's like, whatever happens, happens. I'm like, all you have is like trying to get back to your shuttle, and I'm like, that's insane.
I'd like to go in space. I don't think I could do that without, no.
I had to say something because I could not believe that somebody, those first explorers that did everything at some point are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Fun things that happened in music that year as well. We had Prince and the Revolution.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Coinciding with the film. But Purple Rain was a massive, massive album.
Oh, huge.
Unreal.
Oh.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. 1984. Thriller album. Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Oh.
Again, massive album. You remember the jacket? It's like the pair of jeans with the ball cap in the pocket.
Yeah.
Holy jeez, man. Iconic. Van Halen, 1984. Still the best album. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
I want, dude, just look. Okay, folks, put the scene from Family Guy where the, if you can. Okay, let's just see if we can do it.
Dear God, he's gonna do it. He's gonna time his jump for the greatest harmonized sound drop in 80s rock history.
You're right. The part that goes, ain't no stopping now.
Okay, I don't know if he put it up or not. If he hasn't, he'll put a notation that he can't because of, we just...
Copyright issues.
Copyright, whatever it is, but awesome. If you can't see it on our show, once you're done with us, go just enter Family Guy, Panama. You'll thank me.
Right.
You'll thank me forever. And Run DMC.
Oh.
So Run DMC.
Walk This Way.
Their first album, and actually, folks, 1984 with Run DMC was the first album mainstream for rap.
Yeah.
That's where it all started. That's how the general population were introduced to rap. Because before that, it was kept local. It was kept in certain areas and certain venues. But to be mainstream, first major album to come out, and epic album. Madonna, Like a Virgin.
Oh, she set off
Like a Surgeon.
No,
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, Weird Al, awesome. But she set off such a fashion trend, a music renaissance. It was huge.
From the hair, the clothes, the music, everything. epic
The
music.
lace, the
and this like
gloves,
the
the-
biggest ones I
oh.
could, that really stood out and had an impact personally on me and on everywhere in that environment we were in. But here is where I was trying to get with this. Those are all fun things that happened in 1984. Here is the film list, and it's not all of them. These are the ones I saw all of these movies. So you have to understand where we live here in the Hollywood Hills. There's different standards for movies, and back in the day too, there was different standards for movies.
Like the ratings he's talking about.
The rating system, yeah, to be able to go see films.
In Canada, you had a rating system called AA, which was for 14, and below 14 you needed adult accompaniment, is what AA stood for. That doesn't exist anymore. You had the PG. PG-13 didn't exist yet in '84. You had rated R, and that was pretty much it. You had family, PG, AA, rated R.
But you gotta remember, it's the 80s.
Yeah.
Right? So back in the 80s...
PG movies had boobs everywhere.
Exactly. We didn't have helmets, man. There was very few people using seatbelts. There was... You'd leave in the morning, you didn't have
Crack
to come
cocaine
back.
had been introduced.
As long as you were in a house before the lights were on the street, that was your call. It's not the moon. It's when the street lights went on.
Time to go home.
Depending on what time of the year you are, if you're during the summer, holy that's almost like 10 o'clock at night sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So anyways,
Anyways,
moving forward to the actual movies that stood out, not all of them, that stood out in 1984. We had Hot Dog the movie. Folks, if you don't know what Hot Dog the movie is,
oh, classic ski. We kind of actually lived some of those adventures, but classic ski movie. You gotta check it out.
That was the first raunchy type movie I had ever seen.
And we were not of age to see that. That was rated R, but we saw it anyways because standards were pretty.
Standards were like, You have your parents? Yeah, it's them. Okay, go in.
Yeah.
That's all it was. So, followed by Footloose. Everybody knows Footloose, right? Splash, the mermaid movie with Tom Hanks and John Candy, Daryl Hannah.
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy too. Oh my God, that's true. Police Academy. We had Romancing the Stone. I'm not going to stop at everyone. We could possibly stop on every single one of these, but it's going to be too long. There's a few of them. Stop me and have if we have a little moment that you want to share. Romancing the Stone, I said. Breaking. The first time that mainstream audiences were introduced to breakdancing, right? So that same year we had Run DMC with an album, and then you had Breaking that was showing us breakdancing. It turned everything into everybody wanted to breakdance.
Everybody wanted to have jogging suits.
You went to
a
wedding,
and
people were breakdancing. People were on the floor, people were doing the work. It was everywhere. 16 Candles.
Oh,
classic. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So the second movie from Indiana Jones, but actually a prequel, so it was actually
set a year before Raiders.
And it was actually, I had never seen Raiders. This is my first Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, I saw Raiders before, so...
I saw it in the proper sequence, not even knowing I was doing that.
The historical sequence.
Exactly.
There you go.
Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Here's the fun fact. Ghostbusters, folk, I think you know by now.
We're big fans.
It's huge. Gremlins.
You know, that is such an underrated movie, and people forget, it's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas horror comedy. Yeah. It's awesome. I love Gremlins.
So we had Top Secret, which was a comedy again.
Val Kilmer with absurd comedies.
Oh my God, that's like the whole airplane type movie and all that.
Naked Gun kind of style.
Exactly. Yeah. The Karate Kid, which is funny because now on Netflix... Yep. They actually have a series that works very well. I don't know how many seasons they're in right now. Dude, can you put down how many
5 or 6.
Yeah, they're really up there. So, it's still active. 40 years later, it's still active. Rhinestone, starring Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton trains Sylvester Stallone to become a country western star. Oh,
it's so
my
bad.
God.
It's awesome.
It is awesomely bad.
How you had movies that are so bad they're good? And Dolly's
awesome.
She's celebrating so many different anniversaries lately, and there's everybody's pawning.
Rhinestone would probably make a good drinking game movie.
Oh yeah,
we should try that.
So, yeah, that one I had to throw out and go, that's epic. Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton. I bet you most of you, if not all of you, didn't even know that ever happened.
Like, how is this crossover
Of
possible?
course,
It happened in
1984. Exactly. Yeah. So, oh my God. And then we're going to Bachelor Party.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. It was a huge film back then too. Comedy. Cannonball Run 2.
Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise.
And it's still one of my, I've watched that movie, the both of them, so many times. Just, it's an absolute brain candy movie.
Oh yeah.
You walk in and you just let yourself go and then just enjoy the movie, because all it is a bunch of actors put together, and it's a huge
race across the country.
And it's just, they're just racing, and it's anyways, have a blast, watch it, it's worth it. We're Conan the Destroyer,
The sequel to Conan the Barbarian with Arnold.
The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter. It's still one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. Just the premise of a kid being able to play a video game, and that's how they're recruited.
Yeah.
He actually had a movie that came out regarding race car drivers doing the same thing. What's the title of that movie again?
Gran Turismo, I believe.
Oh, the correct title. Is he right? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
The Last Starfighter. So the Muppets Take Manhattan. The Muppets and their classic types of movies. We have The Never Ending Story.
Oh, which is still continuing because it never ends.
Exactly. There's no end to it. That's why 40 years later, it's still ongoing. Purple Rain. We're talking about the album. The movie also, of course, came out. And then we have Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger was one of those things where you have a super spy that pairs up with a kid. It's one of those first movies where you had a child that was thrown into the spy world, and it was like a kind of a tongue-in-cheek on the whole spy.
And it's a lot better than Spy Kids, I'll tell you that much. Oh my God,
yeah. So for that time, that movie was awesome. I don't know how much it would hold up today, but it was still a blast. It was still
kids would enjoy it.
It was a fun movie.
That's
all it was. No more. That doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Epic movie, Red Dawn.
Oh, the original Red Dawn, not the
original,
reboot. This is the Patrick Swayze one.
Yeah, this one, holy freak.
Wolverines!
Awesome. Yeah, awesome movie. The Woman in Red, which was also a very, very popular movie back in the day. Amadeus.
Oh,
huge.
Academy Award winning movie.
Yeah, exactly. Teachers, hilarious movie.
With Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
What? He was doing all this stuff, eh? And The Terminator, 1984.
The original Terminator movie, which that and Terminator 2 is simply outstanding. Everything else afterwards kind of
We're living the Terminator life right now with AI taking over computers, folks. That's the Terminator.
Skynet is coming, guys. Skynet's coming.
It only took 40 years. That's pretty good, right? A Nightmare on Elm Street. We talked about it in our Halloween episode.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, don't do that. So,
all right.
A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh God, you devil.
This is the part 3 of the Oh God series starring George Burns, who was the Betty White of the day.
Yeah.
Basically, he lived to be 100. He was beloved by everybody.
Could do no wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy, if you don't know who he is, he's been gone for a while. When did George Burns pass away?
I think it was in the 80s still.
It was a while back.
Yeah, it's been a while. But
to his credit, George Burns, throughout his entire career, and even in his Oh God movies, always had a cigar.
Always.
And actually, I blame him specifically for my passion for cigars today.
I can see that.
Because he always had a drink and the cigar. And when he couldn't have the drink, he still had the cigar. But even he was going to celebrate his 100th. He passed away at 99.
I thought he made it to 100.
No. Or it was either on the day of.
He made it to 100. Yeah, Betty White passed away a week before her birthday or something like that.
White.
Yeah, but
anyways, he was still
George Burns
smoking cigars, man. He was like 100. Well, I guess I was 99, but I guess it was 100.
Yeah.
1996.
He died in 96. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man. So, yeah. To me, George Burns, funny.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Exactly. He had a show with his wife Gracie, and they played he was the straight man, right? And she was
the bumbler.
Exactly, and she played it amazing.
Oh, yeah,
she was an amazing. Anyways, I can go on that.
That
too.
was before '84, so.
Telling you folks, seriously, all of these movies, I could go
me.
over. Whoa! Well, that was well brought up.
I was brought up in '84.
Too bad thought you weren't.
Ah, come on, dude.
No, it's gonna happen
Finish
in this
the list.
much. No.
We're running out of time.
Okay,
Finish the
folks,
list.
listen up.
It'll be 1985 soon.
Shush. So missing in action.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris likes his meat so rare. How rare? He loves to eat unicorn. So, they enjoyed it.
Say
Shut
goodnight,
up.
Gracie.
No. Supergirl, horrible movie, but an
Helen
awesome
Slater. She was hot.
But they're still, they're still making the Supergirl TV shows, and she appeared in the Flash movie. Beverly Hills Cop.
Eddie Murphy.
Beverly Hills Cop. Fantastic movie. And actually, they're coming out with another one.
Yeah, well, again, everybody's being revivals, right?
Revivals. City Heat.
Oh.
That had
Burt Reynolds
and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Back in, I think it was the Roaring 20s. It was a period piece.
It's kind of like a film noir kind of thing.
Dune, which the original. So they brought back Dune again for.
Be honest,
it was a reboot.
the original was a little hard to follow, condensed into 2 hours. I could never make it through.
No, same.
Yeah.
The first
one. It was too hard.
But it was still an epic movie, and why I bring it up is because it came out in 1984, and 40 years later they're doing
Part 2, yeah.
Right. And the final one, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's right. After Breaking in the same year, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
7 months later, they did Breaking, and then Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Dude, you forgot one movie on here.
Yeah. So, Johnny Dangerously.
With
How did I skip that one? Johnny Dangerously.
With Michael Keaton. Brilliant film.
He was playing a mobster back again.
It's a funny comedy. But you forgot a movie on the list. Your favorite movie from 1984. Wonder Woman 1984.
So I actually have a notation. And the worst movie of all time depicting the iconic year, Wonder Woman 1984. That's why I realize why I hate that movie so much. Not just because it's a garbage movie, it's because it's a garbage movie in the best year of entertainment ever, 1984, and they had to ruin it with this freaking garbage movie. So, folks, 1984, happy anniversary, happy 40th anniversary.
Do you agree that was the best year ever for entertainment? Personally, I'm a big fan of 84, but I think 85 was better.
Okay, so next year.
But we'll have to discuss that next year.
Next year you can defend
Let us know which
1985.
year you think was the greatest year in entertainment. Until
and don't
then,
forget, you got to do this. If you enjoy what we do, folks, the nice way.
Subscribe, like, and share. That's what you got to do.
Sharing and caring. If you share, that shows that you care. So we appreciate you. Thanks for coming out.
And we'll see you not in 40 years, but next week.
No, but if you want to, if you're not done with us, you can keep watching. Right? You have options here, so just keep on watching, folks.
This is true.
We'll see you next time.